A warning to all about to listen to this podcast. The following audio may contain spoilers and inappropriate language. However, this podcast will definitely contain some bad opinions. You have been warned, but for now, let's get on with the show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Anime Abridged podcast, the part of the Anime Abroad podcast here on YouTube. The rules for this podcast are very simple. We have 25 minutes to review one show that has 13 episodes or less, and within those 25 minutes, apart from the last episode because you guys fucked it up big time, that free review, I went over 30 minutes.
I can't believe that did. I honestly can't believe that, because we didn't talk about anything.
Nothing I talk about is free at all.
Alright, as I say, the rules are simple. We've got 25 minutes to review one show with 13 episodes or less, and within that 25 minutes, we're going to try and cover plot, story, animation, overall look and feel of the show, characters, music, voice acting, blah blah blah. So in order to give you the best review possible that I possibly could, I invited some of the greatest minds in anime history to join us on the podcast. Unfortunately, they couldn't be with us today, so instead I've got Nate.
Hey.
And I've got Cassie.
Hi.
That's a funny new joke, Dave. You should use it again.
I was totally thinking you were going to go that exact direction with that, and that's exactly where you went with it.
Bravo.
As it turns out, you're as funny as you thought. That's a good thing. Don't worry, it's a good thing.
I don't think I'm very funny, so in that context, I'm hysterical. Anyway, the show we are reviewing today is Angel Beats, one of our favourites. We were going to... What have you put in your head, Nate?
This is what hold my glasses.
You put a glasses case in your head?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, Angel Beats, I haven't had time to write any kind of synopsis down, so if you need to find out what basically the show is about, a group of kids that are in purgatory right now, trying to, I don't know, I've kind of gotten lost again, and I don't want to carry on because it'll just turn to Shakugan no Shana all over again. Does anybody
I'll do it!
Go on, Nate, you do it then.
I'll do
away.
it! Bunch of dead kids doing things, they pass on, yep, that's good shit. That's the end of the show.
That's good shit.
Yeah. No, it's pretty much like what you don't learn in the first episode is pretty much when you learn.
And they're all at a school.
They're at a school in purgatory to get a second chance in their young life because obviously they haven't had the best.
Most people at the school are doing normal school things, and they're all like, "We're not gonna do normal school things. We're gonna swing halberds around and fight people."
Because if you do normal things forever, you disappear. Is what they call it early on. You just disappear.
Well, they realize that.
Yeah, and they fight back because they don't want to disappear because they like killing each other. Because dude, wouldn't that be the coolest fucking thing just to kill each other and not die? Like fuck, I'd stab myself.
Every time someone uses that Angel Beats music as like a scene with something dying, like in completely even like non-Angel Beats related things, I giggle. I love it so much.
So what was the main
subject?
What was the main cast of characters called again in their little group? What, the Not Dead Yet Battlefront? I did actually.
They changed it 18 times.
Barnacle Battle Club.
I was going to say I prefer the Barnacle Battlefront as well. That would probably be my favourite name for it. All right, so jump into this mini review as we tend to with the story. What did we think of the story? Does anyone want to jump in on that? Or
Robot Chicken.
What about
I don't think it was
Chicken?
phenomenal, but I liked it.
It comes to mind because this show is a series of different little stories, though.
Yeah.
Well, with one really big main story.
It's the problem that the show was only like how many episodes?
13.
12.
Was it 13? I wasn't sure.
There's 12, one OVA and one short.
There's a short.
Okay,
What?
yeah, and it kind of felt like I like that it was that short.
Just a moment.
I do think that it.
Nate, you haven't seen the short yet?
No.
Oh, because that's what leaves it wide open for a second season.
Wow.
You haven't seen it yet.
Okay, Nate'll be right back.
Alright, I'm gonna go buy it off Horrible Subs, I guess. I'll be right fucking back.
It's about 3 minutes long, and it leaves the story completely wide open for a second season.
I wonder what fucking asshole thought that was a good idea. Let's make it 3 minutes short to make season 2 a thing.
People who know who I am and specifically know exactly what to do to piss me off, those are the people who made that short. Basically, essentially.
Fucking did.
Because I won't give it away, I'll let you watch it. I know Cassie knows about it, but you haven't watched it, and I don't know if you want to watch it, but basically, we know what happens to Otanashi after he plays Connect.
Hey, it's a joke. I get it. It's a gif. I get it. There's a webm now. It's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger.
I love the new age of webms.
Yeah, dude.
Now with sound.
Yeah. It's great.
So, essentially, the story does have one main running theme to it for like 6 episodes, and then it changes about halfway through. The first arc of the show, core of the show, I don't know how to put it, is basically them trying to avoid not being disappeared is the way to put it.
I would say the first part is them fighting Angel.
Yeah, the first
but
part
they're
is
fighting
them,
Angel because they don't want to disappear.
because they think Angel's is the one responsible for making people disappear.
Okay.
When in actuality, we all know what makes people disappear. I mean, would it be a spoiler to say what that is?
They tell you basically in episode
We've
2 or 3.
kind of been doing spoilers when we did these anime abridged things.
I mean, that's
I would like to
that's
avoid
what
as
it
many
is.
as possible, though.
Like, they tell you in episode 3.
I don't really think it's... well, okay, I'll put it this way. Like, basically, what is the point of purgatory? You're in purgatory to decide to try and... You obviously, you have some kind of unresolved issue, and that's why you haven't passed on to, I assume, heaven or hell after that point. So basically, the kids are in the school because they all have unresolved issues that they haven't gotten around to dealing with yet, and that means that they're stuck in this school. And they have 2 options. They can either resolve their issues and then move on to the next life, or they can stay in the school and then they become what's called an NPC, which is somebody who refused to acknowledge or didn't tackle their problems head on, and that means that they stay in the school and lose all personality, essentially. I mean, that's what happened to the other glasses dude about halfway through, right?
Yep.
Didn't he... I actually haven't rewatched Angel Beats in a while. I said I was going to, and I didn't. Didn't he come back? Didn't he actually get, like, a good end?
I think they mentioned in the end that he did actually come back, yeah.
Yeah, something happened with him, and he didn't actually get fucked over. And...
So, with that being said, the show is mainly built upon... It's kind of episodic in a way, because it's kind of about certain characters within the group trying to resolve their issues, which leads to at least 2 heartbreaking episodes. What am I saying? At least 4 heartbreaking episodes.
Yeah, I was going to say 2.
2, yeah. I don't know. Obviously, without giving spoilers away, I want to kind of get a feel of, like, what would you say, what scene hit you the hardest out of all of these tearjerker moments?
Don't do this to me right now, Dave. Don't do this.
It's one of Yuri's scenes, the one near the end.
Oh, the room in it, the computer room? Yeah,
that whole thing, and then her sitting down and her siblings coming to her and saying it's okay.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
That's probably that would be my hardest scene.
I would argue that that's not spoilers. Obviously, like, every character in the show has got a heartbreaking moment, and to say one or two people's problems where it's not... Osanashi's reveal is kind of big, so I won't spoil that, but Yuri is the main leader of the Not Dead Yet Battlefront, who are basically in control of... Well, they're in charge. They put themselves in charge of trying to not be killed by Angel, or be vanished by, or disappeared by Angel. And her backstory was basically, she was put in charge and to look after her siblings, and then robbers broke into her house, and they gave her, what was it, like, go and find something valuable for us within 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes, we'll kill one of your siblings. It was actually, I thought that backstory was fucking awful, but it hit me, because I'm the oldest sister in my family, and I've got 2 younger brothers, so that's why that affected me so much, but I think that was written fucking terribly.
I think
no
you're
one's gonna
wrong,
break
because
into a
that
house
was, like,
with 4
my
kids and say,
favorite
we're
part.
gonna kill one of your siblings every 10 minutes and actually do it.
I could totally see somebody doing that. This world's full of fucking lunatics.
Yeah, like, have you seen Hitler? He's a pretty bad guy.
That's not... That wouldn't typically be how robbers work, and they're not just gonna, like, sit on their butts and let this little kid run around who has no idea what she's doing, and it seems stupid.
That was my favorite part, by the way, so...
You think after they shot the first one, she'd either, actually bring shit to them and stop lying,
she did.
Or, oh wait, she fell down the stairs and knocked herself out? I guess we should just kill the other kids.
Well, at that point, I would imagine the police showed up about, 5 minutes too late, so maybe they heard the police sirens and run away. I don't know. And
just killed the kids for no reason. I didn't like it. I thought that was really kind of shitty writing.
Hey, I mean, if you don't like a rich person, better kill their kids. I mean, like I said, this world's full of crazy people. Then why did they leave her alive?
Why didn't they kill her too?
They thought she was dead. She fell down some stairs and probably already dead.
Maybe they're just exceptionally lazy. Like, I filled my quota of killing children for today.
Or they felt exceptionally evil.
That's a better way of putting it.
They felt extra evil because then they had to let her live with the whole, You know, everyone you love is dead except for your parents, who are now going to probably get a divorce due to this horrendous issue.
I don't know if there was any particular one character that I could really relate with within the show, but the one character story that really did hit me hard was Iwasawa.
I was just gonna say, her story was kind of more believable, too. Like, it was more kind of just a real-life type thing.
It was a really good one, you mean? It's a really fucking good one.
One aspect of the show that I think it probably happens in K-On!, I think, and it probably happens in it probably happened in Haruhi Suzumiya. The band within the show, Girls Dead Monster, that, that's something in anime I've never seen before. Like, a band, they actually brought out an album in real life. They had a whole repertoire of songs. And the live shows, the animation for those live shows that they put on within the show was fucking brilliant. Even if it was only just in short little clips, the brief little bits of animation while those girls are playing on stage with the instruments just looks utterly phenomenal. But yeah, Iwasawa's backstory I thought was just heartbreaking to watch. And I have to agree with exactly what you said then, Cassie. It's much more related to real life. It's something you could actually see happen in real life as opposed to a rich person's house being broken into and having the children murdered because the 16-year-old couldn't find anything valuable. But
I don't even think she was 16. She was like probably like
14,
12 or 13. Yeah. She was young.
I mean, we can't relate because we're not rich. I think that's our main problem.
It's one thing in the show that they've done in a number of different character stories where it's kind of like when you go back and they tell you what happened in their previous life. It's like these people get so close to having a nice break and finally finding a happy place in their life, and then that's when, boom, God takes all away. And then that's when the show asks the question, is God really that great if he is real? And brings up a whole
I also wish we'd gotten more of the character backstories
absolutely.
Like, of everyone. I think there is some kind of, like, I think there's, like, CDs or something with it, but, like, I wanted to know about the other members. Like, I like Noda. Noda was my favorite not main character. I want to know what his deal is.
I want to know about Sheena. That one, what's that her name?
She seems really generic.
You guys are gonna sit there and tell me.
I don't dislike her, but
you don't want to know more about TK.
No, not really.
I don't give a shit about TK.
I love TK. I think he's hysterical.
Holy shit!
All right, I'm done recording. You guys don't even know.
I think he's a really fun character.
That people seem to like, and there's no reason to like him other than the LOL so random factor.
Because he's
there you go.
Funny.
He does have a reason to be liked, but I agree with you. Like, I don't really care that much about his backstory. Like, what interest?
No.
Unless it was exceptionally well written, and it turns out his character's a lot more deeper than what he actually is within the show. Then
it turns out the fucking what happened to him was so mind-bendingly destructive that it literally sent him into a craze. So like he's actually insane in the show because of what happened to him.
That could be a normal person.
Also, was it judo that the guy knew? That guy went to the mountains and shit?
Matsuhita the Fifth?
Oh, Matsuhita the Fifth.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yeah. That guy.
So
also, when he came back at the end of the show, like, holy shit, he did look good.
That was a really cool moment when he disappeared for a while, and then right at the end when the final stands happen, he just kind of shows up. It's like, it's so cool.
They never really explained when he disappears either. He just kind of...
I feel like they just forgot to, like, animate him and put him in. And we're like, he went to the mountains.
We forgot about someone. There's too many characters, all right? Just give us a
Daily Lives of High School Boys did that, too. Remember when the main character was gone for, like, 3 or 4 episodes, and then they just kind of brought it up at the beginning of the episode, like, hey, where's the main character been?
Oh, that was a great show, too. We should review that one,
I really liked it. Yeah, I actually kind of want to rewatch it again.
So, moving on from... Overall, I think we'll all agree that the story's pretty fantastic.
Oh yeah, the animation's also wonderful.
I wouldn't say it's fantastic.
It should have been a lot longer than what it was.
24 episodes
Even
minimum.
if it was longer, I don't think it was fantastic. I think it was good.
I thought it was wonderful. If I was going to give it a number, I'd say at least 7.
Yeah, okay, so moving on from the story and that, well, we briefly went over the characters. Is there anything else more that we want to throw on top of that?
Yeah, PA Works made this show, so it's like by default a good show. Like, it's going to be above a 6 regardless, because it's PA Works.
Let me have a look at PA Works.
I don't know, I like the characters. The characters were all pretty enjoyable.
The animation from PA Works is, like, top tier. They also did, if I'm not mistaken, Another, which is a show I also enjoyed. Which I hear from Dave that he rewatched it and did not like it.
No, it's rubbish. Also, something else that they've done. Something else that they've done.
Deep.
That was fucking rubbish. Kanan, that was awful. Another, not so great.
Glass wasn't really a show. Do we really want to acknowledge Kanan as a show?
I want to watch Glass Slip now because of how people fucking talk about it. And Ace still brings it up, and it's like a fucking, like, meme of its own.
Dude, there's a butt in that show. I'm gonna watch it.
I want to know what the deal with that show is. All I know is that you never know what's happening, and then it kind of ends, and you're like, what the fuck was that?
I've watched a couple shows like that.
And that was the show I was going to make Ty watch, but I don't think he ever finished it.
Yeah, he did watch it for a little bit, but in the end he was like, there's just literally nothing's happening.
Wait till episode 8, they show a butt. Anymore. There's one whole butt in episode 8, and it's great. They don't even show side boob, it's just butt.
Although there is one show that PA Works have done recently that I'm starting to enjoy, is Shiro Bako. It's I started watching it thinking it was finished.
Is that the one with the women in the office type deal?
Yep.
It's a show about the animation industry. It's about a group of girls who want to get into the animation industry. They all graduate from school, and then they all go on to do different roles within the anime communities. One of them is an animator, one of them works on CG. The main character's in production. She's one of the production staff, and the other one's a voice actor. And what does the other one do? She researches things. I think that's it. I think she wants to be a script writer. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much into that. All I'll say is it's definitely within my top 10. I've really enjoyed it. And I'm so fucking angry I picked it up.
Wasn't that one of the shows that one of our viewers commented when we did our reviews?
Yeah, one of them said, shame on us for not...
Shiro Bako and something else.
Knights of Sidonia.
We have viewers.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got two guys who comment regularly, I think. There's the Soul Score and... I feel so...
Matt.
Yes, Matt. Where's my Gundam review?
You guys an alternate accounts.
and there's one other guy whose username escapes me. But anyway, back onto Angel Beats.
Keep commenting, friends.
Who's your favorite character in the show?
I really like Yui. I really, as much as typically that kind of character really annoys me in the show, but I adored Yui so much. She was just so cute, she was enthusiastic,
in terms
full of energy.
Annoying characters, she was okay.
I liked her because she was hyper and active and happy.
Yeah, I like Yuri.
Yuri was cool too.
I love.
Why am I supposed to have one? Can I have all of them be my favorite? Is that a thing?
Do we actually think there were any Annie? I sounded Irish then. Do we think there's any bad characters? No. Do we think there was any bad characters within the show?
Oh, Noda for sure. He's probably the worst. I know that's easy bait. I legitimately didn't like Noda.
I just want to throw this out there and get your feelings on this. I actually genuinely think Osanashi was a terrible character.
Oh no, Osanashi was awful. The only good thing about him was his backstory.
He was the main character.
MCs are always bad, though.
His backstory was good,
His backstory was phenomenally well written, but he himself as a character's got about as much personality as a wet sponge.
Well...
Not even a wet sponge, just a dry sponge.
Just a sponge.
A sponge.
But that's just kind of like a lot of main characters. It's like this kind of self-insert blob.
Self-insert blob?
I'll know a Zero, for example. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay, I'm out. I'm done. Podcast over.
So I just imagine a giant, blob of silly putty that you can, walk into and then become a new person.
If you want to start getting into really, really shitty main characters, you should start watching the Reverse Harems.
I'm not really into guys, at all. At all.
I've never seen a Reverse Harem before, but
recently, the main character literally does not have a name. I don't know how they actually did this in Japanese, because I'm pretty sure you normally refer to each other by your names. But not once. I think I got 4 or 5 episodes in and kind of dropped it, but they never used her name. She doesn't have one. That's how bland she is.
Man, that is some top tier character development. I mean, how do you even manage? I've seen some companies do it
Diabolic
with
Lovers. That's another good one. The main characters are always so fucking stupid. So Otonashi looks miles better in comparison.
See, this isn't fair because you have an actual comparison of bad MCs. We have Otonashi. That's our bad MC. I don't know about that one.
I genuinely think Ina Ho's
online.
There we go. Kirito.
One or
Kirito,
two
he was
shows where Kirito in specific was.
I'm gonna have a look at my email now and just see if are there any other shows with really bland main male lead protagonists. Let's have a look here. I'm cutting it to perfectly good time here. See the money of soul and possibility of control. That main character was shit. Yeah, I'll know Zero. I'm going to stop.
You can go fuck yourself.
Slane did nothing
Ina
wrong.
Ho is a terrible main character. I'm really starting to get on board with what Tom's saying about him now.
Ina Ho isn't even the main character.
Yes, he fucking is.
He's man enough to be bad.
I'm pretty sure Slane is the main character.
Anyway, reeling it back in, let's go back onto Angel Beats. Characters. Yeah. We love Yui. I love Iwasawa. I think she's an utterly fantastic character, even though she was only in 3 episodes. Her backstory was just so heartbreaking. Oh, God damn it.
But Iwasawa was pretty cool.
Iwasawa was a cool dude. He doesn't afraid of anything.
She was a pretty cool character.
Actually, the buddy with the blue hair, he was kind of boring too.
Hinata. Hinata.
Fuck.
Hinata.
Ooh, Hinata. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say that's no, the guy with the name from the girl from fucking Naruto. There's a chick in Naruto named Hinata too. It's crazy.
Right. What do we actually think of Angel as well? Because
oh, she's so
don't
cute.
Don't care for her.
Yeah, I was going to say that the podcast is split, and this. Me and Cassie really don't like her. Yeah. Everybody else does.
I know Ty loves her.
Yeah, she's super cute. That's why.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Yeah, she's
about as boring as Otonashi.
She's about as cute as a cardboard box.
Also, the end of Angel Beats was the worst part of Angel Beats.
Oh yeah, no, it was pretty great though.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I thought the ending to it was fantastic, but then I watched it the second time, and then my brain just went, wow, he just got friend-zoned really hard. That hurts to watch.
It's just all really stupid. Like,
I get the feeling. I get the feeling that could have been a lot better if they would have had more time to just drag it out just a little bit longer, but...
Or if they'd... no, they had to completely change that for me to like that, because I thought that was all stupid.
I quite liked the graduation ceremony, but not the song. That was kind of cringeworthy. That was...
No, the graduation ceremony thing was cool, and everyone leaving one by one. It was the Otonashi and Angel thing at the end. I thought that entire fucking thing was terrible.
Again, it's just him getting...
just the entire scenario and the reason she was there and everything.
I don't know, man.
Even in time...
I've done a really bad job of convincing people that I like this show, this podcast.
In terms of, we'll get onto the voice acting in a minute, which I'm sure is something we'll give a lot of praise to.
Yeah, that Greg Ayers.
Greg Ayers.
Yeah, yeah. That Greg Ayers, though, right?
But just to throw, I fucking hated that guy as well. That guy, whatever his name is, with the what's his?
I liked him.
I've got behind the voice actors up right now. What's his name?
It's like Now or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Noi. Get out, Noi.
Yeah, it's like an N and then like 3 vowels.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe one of you guys can explain this to me. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm missing something here. But that ending to me didn't make sense because of the timing of it. So I'd have to go into spoilers. So I'm gonna throw up a spoiler warning now. If you haven't seen the ending to Angel Beats, please skip ahead about
this easier.
Well, skip ahead for about a minute. Okay, so the reason why Angel was in the afterlife was because she wanted to say thank you for the person who donated her heart to her, right?
Yeah.
But yet, she was there before Otonashi was, and then Otonashi showed up after. So, presuming he was dead for a while, he became an organ donor, donated her heart. So, how the fuck was she there before Otonashi was?
Isn't it obvious? She was murdered.
Also, the day of the hospital. I knew it was you when I first stabbed you. You didn't have a heart. That was retarded. That was completely stupid. You don't just lose the organs you didn't have. Fucking what? Yui could walk.
That also.
Technically, they're dead.
I was going to say that as well. Like, how many people did she stab in the chest before she could come to the conclusion that okay, so I stabbed that guy. I could feel his heartbeat, and I stabbed this person. He didn't have a heart. I have a heart.
Yeah.
My heart was donated to me. Times by the square root of X Xenon Deus Ex Machina. You were the one who donated my heart to me, right? Okay.
Yeah. Like, it's just, it's so stupid. And actually, I do agree with you too. When you said that the first time you watched it, you kind of like, you liked it.
You're so caught up in the moment.
I was kind of the same way. I was so caught up in it, and like I just kind of marathoned the entire thing, and I was like, this is awesome. And I didn't really pay attention to the fact that I didn't like the end. Then the second time I watched it, I was like, actually, that was pretty stupid.
Awesome.
That's a major strength and weakness of the show. Like the main plot of the main running themes of the show, and the main characters weren't really all that good. But the side characters completely made that show just the utter enjoyable watch that it is to watch. Like Iwasawa, Yui, Noda, TK to a lesser extent, and maybe if you want to throw in the guy Greg Ayers played, I don't know. Right, okay then.
No. That guy came in for 2 episodes.
Girl who likes cute things, who balanced the broom on her hand.
Oh shit, we are...
I feel like she's
We've literally just passed the 25-minute mark. Fuck it, I'm breaking the rules, we're going longer, I don't care. Screw it, I don't care. We'll go longer. Sorry, what were you saying, Cassie?
We're not going to go that much. As long as it's not 45 minutes, we
So instead of anime abridged, just like yell abroad over top of it and just put
Welcome
that
to
in.
the Anime Abroad podcast.
Yeah.
Let them know what they're listening to.
I'm pretty sure I've just killed Niles' ears by doing that.
Because I think we could probably talk for another while about this yet, so we'll see what happens.
Maybe
I mean,
we
there's
could
a lot to
possibly
talk
even make...
about. It's a great show.
Yeah. All right then. So we've just went over the characters. As I say, like the main strength of the show for me is number one the soundtrack, and then number two. Well, sorry, number one the characters, well the side characters mainly, and then number two will be the soundtrack. What did you guys think of the music in the show?
It was absolutely wonderful. 10 out of 10. Learned the bass for half of these songs.
I don't think it's 10 out of 10. I hate the I hate the generic. Just like, oh, we're sat round in the meeting room having a meeting. Not the
I
big
thought we
old...
were just talking about Good Demo.
Oh, really? I was okay with that
Monster.
music. I know which one you're talking about, too.
Oh, yeah. No, like, the actual soundtrack was alright at best. So
yeah. Like, the piano pieces within the show are fantastic, but as Nate just said right there, you're absolutely spot on. Girls Dead Monster, one hell of an amazing band. A fictional band that was put into a show, and it got so popular, they brought out one album, about 5 different singles, maybe even more than that, and 2 live shows with 2 live DVDs. And not to mention, they actually got the girl who voiced Iwasawa to come on stage and sing my song instead of the girl who plays Yui's voice actor.
Oh, dude,
and,
talk about deep feels. Like, you ever go to a concert and felt like crying? That's that fucking moment right there. You get on the fucking stage and, like, everyone breaks down into tears.
There's two times I've been to a gig when I wanted to cry. When I went to go and see Bruce Springsteen and he started playing... When he started playing Bobby Jean, I was pretty emotional at that point. He was like, oh, this is the best time ever.
Yeah,
and I almost wanted to cry during a Linkin Park concert, but we're not going to discuss that. I'm going to put a stop to that right now. No, honest to God, if you've heard
there are about 8 things wrong with the sentence. I almost wanted to cry when I went to a Linkin Park concert.
It's a song that they've done on oh, what was the
Crawling?
Minster Men. Crawling again. My skin. No, it was Shadow of the Day. Because the crowd was all singing it at the same time, they had the lighters out, and it was just a really emotional, like, all of us together are one single thing right now, feeling this moment together. It's incredibly gay, I completely accept that, that's great, that's fine, but...
Yeah, my concert experience is
me in that tone of voice.
In the face.
I felt that same way when I went to go see an Iron Maiden and they were talking about Rime of the Ancient Mariner, except no one was crying, we were actually all cheering, because it's a great song.
Yeah.
So it's nothing
Rime of the
at all.
Ancient Mariner! Love that song. Anyway, so Angel Beach, yeah. So Girls Dead Monster, I absolutely must recommend all of you right now go, and I don't care if you've got to download it. There's a website called animeost.com. If you have to go and download it, go and download it from there. It's an album called Keep the Beats, and you just have to go and download it. I say, like, the 2 songs from that.
I don't know if it would be enjoyable on its own.
It is.
Well, okay, like, it's good, but I'm saying, like, the reason I liked it and the reason why I would, I sought it out and listened to it afterwards is because I liked Angel Beats so much.
The one thing...
you have kind of that connection. Otherwise, it's just kind of fucking more Japanese music.
It's when it's
more J-pop.
I listen to tons of Japanese music, so... I really do, like... I'm into all sorts of weird and wonderful Japanese bands, like Ling Tosai Tsugyou, Scandal, Kishida Kyoden, and the Yakuboshi Rocket Stereo.
Do you like Clarice, though?
Never heard of them.
Oh.
You sounded so disappointed. But yeah, anyway, just please go and give it a listen. I just to listen to You Are My Most... Oh, it seems Nate has a visitor. Hi, Tristan!
Always muted.
Yep. No, I just kind of want to wait and see how this plays out. I'll cut it out if I have to. He looks really upset about it. Oh God! If he hasn't got his, I was going to say if he hasn't got his headphones muted, I was going to play Darude Sandstorm. Oh, he's back.
I only muted my mic. I could hear you the whole time.
Oh, I was going to play Darude Sandstorm. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, overall soundtrack very good. I forgot who it was composed by. I think it was a group called Avant Garde, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. Anand's God Eyes and Oi Tada, apparently, and there's a few other people. It's composed by Anlia as well. She done the OP for it, which is My Soul, My Soul, Your Beats. Pretty good song, anyway.
Shine Days is also a really good song.
In fact, Shande's great song, Crow Song, fantastic.
Oh, Crow Song is wonderful.
Crow Song's great.
My song...
And Alchemy?
Alchemy is brilliant. Alchemy. In fact, the opening to Angel Beats is the opening for our main podcast. It's just the Girls Dead Monster version of it. The instrumental Girls Dead Monster version of it. So, yeah, I'd recommend going and checking that out. You guys got anything to say?
Yeah, we've had that for how long, and we've never mentioned the fact that
we've never been pulled up for it.
Like...
I mean, the opening...
I can't believe this podcast took so long for us to do, because we've been talking about it, like, since I joined anyway.
Well,
like, we keep saying we should do an Angel Beats podcast, and then today we do it because Nate's like, hey, who wants to do a podcast? And then we're like, hey, we're here. Hey, maybe we can finally talk about Angel Beats.
I think there might have been a collective gasp with like, you know, in real life when I popped up and said, yeah, you've got me for like half an hour, 45 minutes if you want to do something. I was like, Dave wants to record? Shut up.
Do it now. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Oh shit, Tom's in the chat. We can do My Little Monster right after this.
I'm down.
All right,
wait,
cool.
no, Robbie wanted it on it too.
So, okay, we've covered soundtrack, animation and visuals are stunning. Mention that.
Yeah.
Voice acting, do we want to go into that?
Greg Ayers.
I don't want
to talk about Greg Ayers.
Don't get me wrong. I really like the dub.
No, I actually thought the dub was pretty okay. I watched the dub, like, after I watched the sub, like, 2 or 3 times. I didn't actually finish it because I got too drunk and passed out, but it was really good.
I just like to say that if you watch the show in the dub, you're going to notice that the high budget for the show takes over to the point that, like, every now and again you'll notice in the show when it's dubbed that the lips are kind of just rushed because they're trying to match what the English language is trying to match what their lips are saying. Okay, you're going to notice that 100 quadrillion times more in this show because of, like, every letter being pronounced properly. And they're not speaking English, they're speaking Japanese.
You know, I've never really noticed that much in shows, but I don't watch a lot of dubs either. But that's something that, I don't know,
It happened in Haruhi a lot, but just specifically the movie, not the show.
They must have had at least a decent budget, because let's have a look at the voice actors they had in this. Brittany Karbowski, she's very well known.
Damn it, Brittany Karbowski's the Greg Ayers of Brittany Karbowski's.
What is wrong with? What is your problem with Brittany Karbowski? She is a.
It's not that I don't like her.
I gotta go look up this.
Because I seriously, I legitimately feel the same way about Greg Ayers as I do about Brittany Karbowski. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that they're everywhere.
Apart from Cecilia, I can't remember Brittany Karbowski ever doing a bad job.
It's not that she's doing a bad job. It's just that she's everywhere.
And she has got kind of a one track. Voice as well. It doesn't alternate very much in between different shows. Like, she sounds the same in Dream Eater Mary. She sounds the same in what was the I can see the character in my head right now, and
certain scientific railgun.
A certain scientific railgun, let's have a look.
Yeah, I just read that too.
Emily Nevers. I am a massive fan of Emily Nevers. She's probably my second favorite voice actor, right behind Liam O'Brien. So, she's been in a lot of things as well.
Let's talk about Liam O'Brien.
Oh, please do.
Let's do a podcast with Liam O'Brien.
And Stephen Blum are probably my favorite voice actors of all time. Like, if they got together and voiced, like, 2 male, buff, really ripped fucking twin dudes.
Did the main character in Diabolic Lovers Oh, God.
All right.
Yeah, the guy who played for Fujimaki was pretty good. Andrew Love. He's been in a few things before. I quite like him. But yeah, if we can, shall we just say fuck it and just call this a Reanimate instead?
Who cares?
Instead of Anime Bridge, because we've gone off topic quite a bit here.
We do have to title it something and kind of stick to somewhat of a thing.
Yeah.
So
we'll
just accidentally the show again.
We'll wrap up Angel Beats.
I don't know if it's we started off really on topic. Okay? We were doing really well.
It was my fault. What got
us off topic? I think it might have been me. Probably
let's just blame it on Nate. Like, let's be safe. Come on.
What I haven't been on a podcast in ages. Well, actually, no, the last one I was on the last one.
Idea.
But... Okay.
Anime Abridged. Reanimate.
Reabridged.
Reanimated Abridged. The first ever episode of Reanimated Abridged.
Look, I typed it out for us.
Oh, God fucking damn it. I'm just going to call it Reanimate.
Reabridged.
Yeah, Reanimate. We finally talked about Angel Beats. It's almost always on topic, but not.
We did it, guys. We talked about on topic.
I don't know. I think the main podcast goes pretty off sometimes, too. But
had I actually been willing to host, I might have been able to keep us, like, doing something, but then I
You've
decided
done an utterly fantastic job on the Anohana podcast, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, I'll do the hosting on this one, and I've let it out of control.
When you go out of control, I go out of control, and when I go out of control, there is no control.
All right, well, I'm expecting my cousin soon, so I do have to wrap this up pretty quick. So we will say whether we like the dub or not. We will give it the 3 R's. We'll say what we like and didn't like about it. We will talk about Liam O'Brien. We'll have a wank, and then we'll go home, right?
That's an awful way to say Liam O'Brien.
Is it? It looks like O'Brien to me, and I've met a lot of Irish people with that name, and they say O'Brien instead of O'Brien.
Ah, shit, it is Irish, isn't it? Top of the morning to ya.
Imagine so voice acting, I would say watch it subbed, because even though there are some pretty good... for me, watching a dub can be ruined by one character.
This is what I would say. If you normally watch dubs, or if you don't normally have a problem with dubs, because a lot of people do like dubs, the dub is fine.
Yep.
Go ahead, watch the dub.
Agreed.
If you're someone who thinks subs are typically better, you probably won't like the dub a whole lot.
Yep.
That's because you're an elitist.
Yeah.
That's the exact reason.
I don't know, I don't like English voices for the most part in anime, just it bothers me for some reason half the time, because...
Yeah, I didn't have a problem
with... It always sounds like shitty voice acting, because I assume the Japanese voice acting is flawless, because I don't know what
because the Japanese do a better job, because they get paid, like, for them, voice acting is an actual big deal.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just the fact that I don't know what they're saying, so in my mind I just assume it's the best.
It's probably just because Aaron couldn't voice act English, but his Japanese voice actor has attack.
His Japanese voice actor is probably one of my favorite Japanese voice actors. He does a lot of things, and I love it every time I hear it.
Well, let's look at it this way. Every time a show is first dubbed in Japanese, the show the lip mostly, if I'm not mistaken, I could very well be wrong on this one. So if I am, feel free to chew me out in the comment section or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, from what I understand, when a voice actor comes in to dub it originally, they're only shown keyframes of the animation, but the mouths haven't been added to it yet. So they've only got like a certain amount of time to record this dialogue, and they say, okay, these are the lines here. You've got this much time to say it. This is how we want you to say it. Then after it's been dubbed, it'll be sent back to the animation studio, and then that's when the lips will be animated. So obviously, it's always going to look better it's always going to look better in terms of the character's mouth movements. Well, it should do anyway if the budget's high enough. It should.
That's not even really a problem of mine with anime.
I would love to see a documentary on this.
Do you know
I don't know, if the lip syncing isn't absolutely atrocious, whatever.
Do you know what, Nate? I really recommend you watch Shirobako, because Shirobako do you know what? A lot of it could be factually wrong, but it honest to God, is a really interesting look into the anime world and what it's like to get a show off the ground running and what it takes to bring a show out and the whole process that goes through. I only hear absolutely fucking
terrible things about the anime industry.
I've been wanting to watch.
Like,
it's because the anime industry is fucking awful, because you only get paid like 100 yen a picture.
I've heard some horror stories about that. Like, for anybody who's interested in this, by the way, the Anime Addicts Anonymous podcast covered this in a lot of detail. I think it sort of, I don't know what number of podcast it was a few months back, but the main topic of the show was there was news coming out that an animator had killed himself because he was getting far too stressed out at work, and then his family then sued the animation company. I forget which animation company it was. They then sued the company, and then there was a question asked within Japan to say, should the voice acting, should the anime industry not be more regulated in a way, like, you know, set schedules and what have you. Like, from watching Shirobako, and if it is true to real life, even in just a little sense, it's like people can show up at the animation studio whenever they want, but when they finally get there, they're expected to stay there for hours and hours and then even sleep within the animation studio itself to make sure the work gets done, because everything is on such a tight schedule. Like, we all heard about Madoka Magica, didn't we? Apparently that show, when it first came out, and you can tell just by comparing it from Blu-ray to when it aired on TV, that the difference in quality was quite low in a TV broadcast, but that was because the show was getting finished like just hours before it got sent to the TV studio and then aired. So obviously there's something completely wrong with the animation industry, if that's a thing.
I want to point out, when episode 10 of Madoka Magica aired, it was either the day of or the day before or after the tidal wave that hit Japan, and the ongoing joke was that Madoka episode 10 was so great, it literally shook Japan. And just like... I know that's terrible to say.
I'm sorry for laughing, but...
Like, but that's a thing that happened. Like,
compose yourself, David.
Anime studios destroying Japan, almost literally.
So yeah, I really do want to find out more about that, because it does sound like just an utterly crazy environment to be in, and I really want to know what drives people to go and want to work in that industry, because it sounds like the pay is shitty, the work's inconsistent, and the hours are long. So,
hey, but you get to be an inner artist, though, right?
Yeah, and you
Angel Beats.
I know. I've said we're doing Reanimate, so I wanted to go off on that rant, so fuck you.
Boku no Pico.
Alright, so we want to do the 3 hours for Angel Beats. Who wants to go first?
Yo.
Nate, I'm heading this over to you. Handing this over to you.
You're gonna head it over to me?
Boom. Stevie G in the box, bang.
Like I said, 7 out of 10 would recommend. Definitely a rewatch at one point or another, but as to when, I'm not sure. I don't really feel like watching Angel Beats anytime soon. You know what I do feel like rewatching? Angel Beats. Hey, by the way, just before I finish up real quick, if no one really knows here, like, the Angel Beats visual novel's coming out, and it's not for kids. Just saying.
Let's hope they animate that.
They are.
Let's hope they do.
This is key we're talking about, okay? And if you haven't played Tomoyo After from the Clannad series, let me tell you, it's not safe for work.
Clannad's coming to Steam.
Oh god, is it? Oh, fuck, I need to get a job. Oh,
that's something I actually funded on Kickstarter.
Money!
Alright then.
Because I'm a lazy piece of shit, and I cannot be fucking arsed to download daemon tools and mount things and find patches. I really hate doing that shit. I've done it a few times, and I just hate it.
You people from North America should not add the letter R to us.
Bought it from a website, and it totally works because my computer's set in Japanese. I don't have to do any of that.
No, you have to just change your locale to Japanese. You still have to mount it and patch it.
I didn't have to do any of that. It just kind of worked.
What the fuck were you getting?
I don't know. The same thing happened with Little Busters. I bought Little Busters. Totally works.
Alright then, I'm going to go next.
Yeah. Dave, you're 3 hours.
Getting off topic.
I'm going to... It's a show that... It was only the second anime in inverted commas that I watched. I remember, I'm not sure if I've said this before, but it was the week after I watched Death Note, and it was just when I started talking to you guys. It's when we first met on VP. And I put it about in the Facebook group.
People don't need to know that.
The old Pokemon days.
The old Pokemon days. And I remember saying in the group chat, well, I've just gotten to this Chinese cartoon thing. I've just watched Death Note. Can I get any recommendations? Can you guys recommend me anything that's similar to Death Note? And then Cassie comes along and says, well, I watched the show called Angel Beats. You might like that. And I went, okay, I'll go and watch it. I disappeared for about 6 hours, and then I came back, and I was just way overly emotional.
I almost remember that exact thread.
You watched the whole thing today, and I'm like, oh my god, this show. Oh, I'm so confused.
I watched Angel Beats before you.
Yeah, you did, yeah. You recommended it to me.
I thought you'd been watching anime for a lot longer.
Well, I'd watched Dragon Ball Z, and I'd watched Pokemon, Beyblade,
Does that really
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Count, though?
Like, it does,
wait,
to
you're
an
younger
extent.
than me, right?
I'm 23, yeah. I'm a couple of months younger than you. I was born in
I'm 23.
January 92, I was born in.
Yeah, there's a month difference.
I'm 21.
That's weird. I don't know, for some reason, I guess you've just watched more than me.
Well, I can tell you exactly how many shows I've watched. It's surprisingly enough, it's not quite as many as I thought it was, but...
It's still probably more than me, because I kind of go on and off. I'll give Angel Beats the 3 hours in the meantime. I can tell you that quick. If I had watched it within the last 6 months, I'd probably give it...
I was just going to tell you that quick what I've watched, how many I've watched, because I've actually got the thing right in front of me right now. Then I'll finish my 3 hours. Okay, so
Oh, fuck, I didn't leave. Right.
Okay, so...
Okay, go ahead.
I've watched 65 shows, I've watched 7 OVAs, 34 movies, 5 specials, and according to these stats, I've watched 3,382 episodes... and that means I have watched anime for 57.69 days straight. I spent 57 days of my life watching cartoons.
You fucking homo.
Alright then, so my 3 hours...
I'm gonna bug you until you watch it.
The main point for me actually talking about why it is that I watched Angel Beats, or why it got recommended to me, is it's because it's always had a fond spot in my heart. It's kind of like the first couple of shows you watch when the magic of anime is still there for pretty much everything that you watch, and for that reason, I don't even know if I could say nostalgia, but I'll say nostalgia anyway. For nostalgia purposes, the emotional parts in the show. I give Angel Beats a 9 out of 10. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone. I wouldn't exclude anyone from that list. Anyone, everyone and everyone. If you haven't seen it, it doesn't really
fall into a category of unfittable, unwatchable series.
I think anyone could watch that. It's not one of those things where it's like you've had to have seen like some anime before to get like the jokes. Or, no, you can watch it and enjoy it.
This is what they call an entry-level show.
That's not that bad of a way to say it.
You're just getting into gaming anime? Here's your first entry level.
No, that's all that's online. But anyway.
Oh, God.
And rewatch it. I tend to rewatch an episode or two around Christmas time or whenever I'm blind drunk.
Oh, God. It's like me with Kleined. It's awful.
I love episode...
Oh, that feeling, though.
I don't want to talk about it, Val. Not a little bit. No.
See, Anohana's my show for that.
I would say... Episode 9 of Angel Beats is probably my favorite episode. My second favorite episode of anime of all time. My favorite episode being probably episode
3.
I think it's episode... It's either... The Grail Dialogue from Fate Zero is probably my favorite episode of anime of all time. But yeah, so that wraps up my long-winded 3 hours. Cassie, your 3 hours, please.
Fate Zero sucked.
I want to say like 7 or 7.5 out of 10. I don't know which I want to give it because I'm really bad at rating things.
Wow, so you guys let me give it the lowest score? Wow, alright.
I just said 7 or 7.5. Didn't you give it a 7?
Yeah, I look like a bad guy.
I'm probably sitting about where you are with it.
Well,
I don't know. Like, if you would have asked me within 6 months of watching it, I probably would have given it like an 8.5.
Yeah, I would have been 10.
But it's one of those things where over time, my opinion on everything degrades.
Well, it took me 8 months to watch the last episode of Angel Beats, so when I finally watched it, I kind of broke down like a little bitch because I didn't realize that, oh, episode 12 is not where it really ends? Oh, there's an actual ending. Wow.
And yes, I would recommend it, and I will rewatch it.
And one final question to wrap this up. I've just told Nate about Epilogue, the final 3 or 4 minute short. After watching Angel Beats, and I know it wasn't quite the best ending, but it did kind of near enough wrap everything up. Do you guys want to watch that?
I probably will.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Oh, hey Dave, we need a question of the week since this isn't an anime bridge anymore.
What is a salad?
Okay. I have a document with some of these in, I think.
Putting you on the spot. Can he deliver?
Cup of tea one, we've asked that. Okay, what is your favourite television commercial? No, that one's shit.
TV.
That one's shit. Let me try and think. Okay. Here's a question for you. How many 5-year-olds do you think it would take to take down Gilgamesh from Fate Zero?
Wow, it's a good thing I haven't watched Shit Zero.
What kind of question is that? That's not even a fair fucking question. He's got a fucking phantasm breaker. What?
I got that question from the Anfield Rap because they said the question was how the Anfield Rap is a Liverpool FC podcast that I listen to, and the question of the week that they had was how many 5-year-olds do you think it would take to beat Real Madrid in a match? And they came to the conclusion that it would take probably about 500 5-year-olds to take on Real Madrid and beat them. So I thought, you just do that and.
I have an answer.
I'll just go with this one. What are your top 5 favorite anime of all time?
What the fuck, Dave? That's not something I could just list off.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have anything written down.
What is a salad? No, hold on. Let me answer your Gilgamesh question. You remember in World War Z, or World War Z, whatever you prefer, that scene where all the zombies are piling up against the wall in Israel, or against Israel, right? Okay, now imagine that, but the wall is actually Gilgamesh. That is my answer to you. There seems to be a lot of them, but eventually they will overcome. Maybe.
Alright, so we're saying roughly about 1 billion then.
Safely, at least.
Okay.
The entire population of China in 5-year-olds.
Give me a number between 1 and 100. No, give me a number between 1 and 800.
12.
What? 12. So he chooses 12.
12.
I like the number 12. It's my favorite number.
I'd say 399.
Okay, that's dumb. Pick a different one.
399.
Oh, these questions aren't very good.
Why the fuck do you get fucking 800 questions? What?
Never mind, 399 is what's the most unusual thing you've ever eaten?
South African biltong. That is the most disgusting thing I have ever tried in my life. It was a day in college. I've told you all about my old college teacher. Like he was young and roughly about our age, and we all went to parties at his house and stuff like that. And we used to get shit faced with him.
Whoa, I've never heard these stories. What?
Oh shit, you've missed out on a lot of good stories.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
One day I might regale the tale of Captain Baz running down the street naked one night, but not today.
Excuse me?
So I walked into college one day, and there's only a few. I got in there early, which was strange for me because I was never really in college at all. So I got in early. There's only like 3 or 4 people in there, and they're all giggling and laughing about something. And I'm like, "What are you all laughing at?" It's like, nothing. And then my teacher goes, he's actually from South Africa. It's like, so Dave, do you want to try some of this stuff? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's kind of like, if you ever, I nearly just went brummy then. You just went, it's kind of like, I think he described it as like chewy bacon. So I went, okay, cool. So he throws his bag over to me, and it's just a lump of like black looking meaty flesh shit is the way I can describe it. So I took a chunk of it and I started chewing on it, and then I'm looking around the room and everybody's very slowly starting to get a smile going across the face. Turns out 2 other people had already fallen for the shit that I just fell through, and fell for even. And yeah, it is the most chewy, saltiest, disgusting.
It's a tongue. Nothing about a tongue should be good. It's a giant lump of muscle.
But that's like saying brain is bad. Brain's pretty good.
I don't know what the right word to use is. Viscosity, maybe?
Brain isn't a big muscly thing.
Brain is a muscle.
So yeah, it's either South African biltong or a salad.
Salad? What is a salad? Anyway, so...
I'm gonna go with spoiled ramen, because I don't think a lot of people have ever eaten spoiled ramen.
Tommy was just telling me the other day that he knew a guy who was eating ramen and got scurvy. Because he only ate ramen ever.
Nate, I've just come to a realization what salad is.
Scurvy is just being deprived of vitamin C.
Salad is the food that my food eats.
Ah, that's fucking brilliant.
Shit, are you my dad?
I'm hungry, I'm dead.
Rabbit food. So go on, Cassie. Your question, your answer to that. Your spoiled ramen.
It's probably spoiled ramen.
Yeah, that story.
I got food poisoning from ramen a couple of years ago. I don't know how long ago it was. I don't think a lot of people can say they've gotten food poisoning from ramen.
I've eaten fried crickets before. If that's considered more weirder than South African biltong. Crickets are disgusting. They taste like nuts. I hate nuts.
Oh, nuts are delicious.
Okay.
You would love crickets then. So what about you then, Nate? What's the weird? You gotta love my nuts. So what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
Oh shit! Alright, it's just nuts are delicious. Quote Bach is what I was gonna do. I'm gonna put that in the main chat later.
I've got like fucking.
You guys have stories, and I ain't eating shit. I'm a fat dude. I eat all kinds of food, and none of it's terrible.
Oh, Cassie's mic just died.
Rip in peace, Mike. I found it.
Oh, that better not fuck up the Audacity recording. I swear to God, woman, I will.
Quick, go check your Audacity.
Check
see if it's still recording.
Oh shit! Well, that actually.
Yes, it will.
No, it's still going.
Oh, is it?
It's still recording me.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Just in time for the outro.
So my cord doesn't reliably reach the pantry. I was gonna pull out all my jars of nuts.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to this half review, half rant, half.
Oh yeah, we were okay. Yeah, that's definitely a reanimate.
Circle checking.
We did it, boys. We ruined a podcast.
We did it once again.
Take it with reanimate and ship it out.
54 minutes of circle jerking.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fruits and vegetables, birds and the bees, transvestites and transgenders, mechs and aliens, and whatever else the hell you might be. Thank you very much for listening to the Anime Abroad podcast, and thank you very much for listening to the Anime Abridged podcast, and thank you very much for listening to Reanimate, all in one concise 55-minute package for you on this channel.
For you.
If you so desire, please leave a like on the video, because that lets us know that you like it, and we like it when you like things like.
We also love comments. Literally, whenever anyone comments on our videos, we sit and we talk about it. Like someone will bring it up.
We're so desperate for attention.
No,
please respond.
So yeah, leave us a comment, like, even if it's negative feedback. If you think by leaving negative feedback you can improve the podcast in any way, shape, or form, do it, because...
That's not negative feedback, that's called constructive criticism.
Yeah, also, Ravi's really salty, don't mind him.
Yeah, Ravi responded, I'm just twisting words.
Oh, my balls are small, fucking...
If you want to, you can like our Facebook page. I'd recommend that you do so, because that's where you find out what it is that we're up to, when we're going to record, and when I promise people we're going to upload something, and then I'm 3 days late because I get drunk instead of editing. You can follow us on Twitter. I mainly tweet about wrestling stuff, because nobody else pays attention to the anime stuff that I post, so follow us on Twitter. We need more anime people on our Twitter account so I can actually tweet about anime.
I have a Twitter, but it keeps getting fucking phished. Every time I go there, there's all kinds of fucking, like, spam links all over everyone's walls who I'm following. I was like, what the fuck? I changed my password like 6 times now. Every fucking time I go, they're not even the same password. Like,
and if you want to see what this phishing thing is doing to Nate's account, you can follow him. He is @Bleok. We are
if you
Anime
like
Abroad.
being fished.
Oh, Dave, I have something new I want to add, anime related. We'll talk about it after this podcast. So coming soon.
Oh, Cassie's got a new show. Okay, exclusive announcement.
No, it's not. It's not a show. It's just more.
She's just circle jerking.
It's
Don't
one
worry.
of our accounts.
It's just more excuses to circle jerk.
Okay.
It's really shitty, so don't get hyped.
Circle jerk.
So, like the Facebook page, follow us on Twitter. In the coming days, I'm going to figure out where you can actually download the podcast, because the iTunes thing's not working out, and I don't have any money to pay for a decent RSS feed that lets us upload whenever we want. So I will fix that soon. I will let you know where you can download it from. Today, I have been joined by the marvellous Bleok.
Oh, I wouldn't say marvellous, but
and the not so bad Cassie.
I'm okay.
She's alright, like.
Sorry.
And I'm not sure when the next episode's going to be coming out, but judging by our schedules, it's probably going to be when Cassie comes over to Liverpool. That's the next time we're going to get to record something. So,
if work doesn't fuck me over again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.